Quitting smoking may be difficult, but we must. It's a major risk factor for heart disease. Quitting smoking is of utmost importance to reduce the risks of heart disease. As a former 2.5 packs a day smoker, I am well aware of the great difficulties we face in quitting smoking. Starting to smoke as a teenager, the cigarette was my crutch, my friend and my aid in my formative years, which increased my reliability and dependability on my nicotine habit, defining my identity as a smoker. Quitting smoking wasn't an option. Fearing failure, fearing loss of identity, I convinced myself that mortality rates that were directly linked to cigarette smoking didn't apply to me. They did. Having a massive heart attack at age 37 surely convinced me that I am no different than anyone else. If we smoke, we get heart disease. When we get heart disease, we get heart attacks. When we get heart attacks, we die. I quit smoking. How can you do the same, before you get heart disease, before you get a heart attack? Starting the process, although it may be a difficult process, it can be done. It all begins in the mind following these 2 steps. 1. We must train our minds to associate smoking with pain, sickness, disease, and suffering, through educating ourselves of the disastrous consequences smoking causes. 2. We must train our minds to associate quitting smoking, living smoke-free, with health, joy, satisfaction and pleasure. No one really wants to hurt himself. It is just that we trained our minds and bodies over the years to believe that cigarettes causes us joy and pleasure, and not smoking causes us pain and anxiety. We can begin by reading material from the Center of Disease Control, from the American Heart Association, from the American Cancer Society and from the American Lung Association. They describe in great detail the truly devastating consequences of heart disease. We must change our belief and attitude towards smoking. When we are able to change our belief, we are able to change our attitude. When we change our attitude, our behavior begins to change. We begin the process of really desiring to quit. When we really desire something, we tend to pursue it. We tend to stay the course. We don't give up. Quitting smoking follows the same pattern. We must truly desire to stop. If we have that burning desire, we will succeed, and we will enjoy a healthy, active life. Deciding that we really want to live a healthy, active lifestyle and quit. When we truly begin to desire something, we start thinking about ways of getting it. We don't think I don't want not to have something, we start thinking I want something. Generally, when we think about the things that we want, we daydream about it, we fantasize about it, and we visualize ourselves as having it. It becomes real to us. When it does, the potential of it occurring increases. Our attitude towards it does, and our behavior toward it does. When we begin thinking, I want to be healthy, I want to be active, I want to look good, I want to exercise, I want to live a long life, we create those images in our mind. The more we think about them, the more these images grow in our minds. The clearer they become, the more we want them. When we truly desire them, we begin to take action. We decide that we will quit. It can work like this: I want to be healthy, be strong, be fit. I don't want to be sick, be weak, be unhealthy. I want to smell good, smell fresh, smell clean. I don't want to stink, reek, smell bad. I want to have clean fingers. I don't want to have yellow fingers. I want to have control over our lives. I don't want to be dependent on our addictions. I want to be active. I don't want to be sedentary. I want to be accepted socially by all, not only by 28% of smokers. I don't want to be socially unaccepted by 72% of the non-smoking population. I want to enjoy a meal in a restaurant without having to run out for a cigarette. I don't want to have to avoid going to social settings because we fear we won't be able to smoke. I don't want to. I want to be able to swim, run, hike, play and enjoy our vacations and leisure time. I don't want to be forced to sit in one place, not being able to participate in any activities. I want to spend my cigarette money on better things. I don't want to waste my money on cigarettes, which has become such an expensive habit. I want to use your imagination and enter anything else you really want to do, but you are inhibited because of smoking. I don't want to use your imagination and enter anything else you really don't want to do, but you are inhibited because of your smoking habit. Once we make a clear decision and resolution that we will quit, we must select a method that we are comfortable with. Let us not kid ourselves. Nicotine is a drug and an addictive one. At times we may need aids to overcome the cravings. The aids alone won't cause us to stop. They are called aids because that is what they are, helpers. Really quitting smoking must come with a burning desire, as written earlier. Once we have the desire, it is easier for us to overcome the withdrawal symptoms, which are our difficulties in the beginning of the process. Especially when we know that they are only temporary and are replaced by a satisfying active lifestyle. The withdrawal symptoms are cravings, irritability, anxiety, headache, depression, restlessness, difficulty concentrating. These can, and have been overcome, by all of us that have stopped smoking, using these two methods: cold turkey, deciding to quit, and then actively replacing the cigarette with other enjoyable activities. Nicotine replacement therapy, which release low dosages of nicotine into the bloodstream that include nicotine gum, nicotine patches, nicotine inhalers, nicotine nasal sprays. We must then make a clear decision and resolution that we will exercise and enjoy life. Once we begin the process, we must start doing all those things we really wanted to. We must start becoming active. We must start walking, exercising, hiking, playing sports, or any other enjoyable activities that we weren't able to do when we were smokers.